Hello everyone and welcome along to the 10th round of the Cup Series. We are here at Hungary and we got quite an interesting few rounds coming up with the regular season and chase duels coming up, as well as the club card shootout duel. Well, as you could probably tell, I'm not Jacko, I'm not Owen. I'm filling in last minute. Sorry it was late. We had to get things set up for the stream. But we are here now. Everything's good. Hopefully you can let me know if the sound is all right. So bear with. So here we go. We got 19 drivers here tonight around Hungary. This is a track which I get on quite well at usually in when we were here in F1 2020, or was it F1 2019 where I did quite well, but I don't know. So yeah, hopefully you can all hear us well. And yeah, I was a bit worried that the sound was going to go all in stereo. But we're all good now. So the first driver out there on track is, of course, Funky. And if you're brand new to JACKOCAR, then it's the slowest driver, well, the ones who are near the bottom of the championship that go out first. It was meant to be Matt Lester, actually, that was going out first, but he is not here this evening. Probably some technical issues with his setup, but yeah, we hopefully he gets it sorted out soon. So I think I need to turn the sound down. Up, there we go. You can hear us now. I'm in the process of also getting my notes as well, because literally I found out half an hour ago. So there we go. It is quite a high downforce track, this circuit, so I think we would expect to see quite a lot of high wings around this track. But on the F1 2020 games, of course, then it only goes up to like a certain amount anyway. So you pass the DRS zone in towards, oh god, I need to remember the corners, to be honest. Turn 4 up the hill. This is the corner where we could see quite a few invalidations. I think it would help if I get the lap data on, wouldn't I? And the tyres. There we go. Because we will then know who's on what tyre. So through the double chicane, I know it can be quite deadly on F1 2020. But yeah, I think. Wait, hold on. Am I? I think Jacko's sorting out his stuff at the moment, and he'll let me know when he's ready to join me. That's why. J-Luke, you're confusing me. You're confusing me as Funky is going into the pit. So who's going to be out next on a run? I do believe it is Mr. Hasselager. To be fair, he felt like he could have had a much better season than he is, but that's where he is now. I should let you know the stages. Actually, I need to get the. I need to actually check if I do need to go in the party. No, I don't. Not yet. So the stages are lap 9 and 24. We got 3 jokers, well 2, because we have no Leslie tonight. So yeah, Kieran and Pete are your jokers tonight. Hence why Pete is going out on the medium tyres at the moment. So when he's out on his lap, oh, I missed out Casper. Oh, so I missed out Casper. Never mind. I thought it was Leroy up next, but it was hard to tell with who was going out. Who was going out when with the qualifying order. It would help if I actually get the qualifying order up. But anyway, Leroy heading towards this penultimate lap at the moment. Seems to me like a tidy lap from him thus far, as he exits towards the final corner. I'm trying to remember what gear he's in. There we go. Fourth gear on entry. Up to the line he goes, 1:14.4. And it's the fastest time so far, beating Casper by 8 tenths. Next on our qualifying sheet is Robin. I've actually got the qualifying order up this time. There we go. Usually my commentary, J-Luke, is a lot better than this, but you have to bear with me. And it's my first time on the PlayStation for like 2 or 3 months commentating. But It'll be all right. It'll be all right. But anyway, Robin, I actually like Robin's livery, actually. And this is our first week back after the break, so there will be quite a few rusty drivers, but there will be probably a few sweats in there. 1:15.7 for Robin Border. Next is OKK. Is he here? Hold on. Where is OKK? I don't think he's here. So replacing him is Tony on the medium tyres. So we just want to start on the softs. Now I do know that the softs around here can be an absolute nightmare. I know my last race on F1 2020 when I did a one stop, it was a medium hard strategy, but we know the hards could be an absolute nightmare. But anyway, Tony goes up to the line. What's it going to be for Tony, who's been looking quite good on this game so far? 14.7 on the mediums. That puts me to shame quite a bit. So, yeah, that puts him into P2. Up next will be Mr. Baldwin. I always like his liveries. It always looks very beautiful. So what is his livery choice this week? Oh, that's nice. A bit of purple and orange. You know I like purple. Don't say I didn't tell you. But there we go. Hold on a sec. I need to sort out party invites. I didn't know he needed an invite to the party. I thought he could have joined me. Hang on. This is getting quite chaotic stream at the moment. But anyway, let's see in the chat. Hello, Leslie. So anyway, Bazza up to the line, using up all the energy possible for him, and it's 156. He's invalidated. It'll help if I get the chat map so I can see if he's invalidated or not. So up next after Mr. Baldwin is Ben Harriet, who is here tonight. Oh, why am I not on board with him? There we go. So he's heading towards purple set to 1. So that is good for him so far. Oh, he's invalidated. He's invalidated. He's invalidated his run, so he's not going to be able to do a lap at the moment. Why is Kieran on inters? I do not know. So who's next after Ben? I've got so many things open, it's hard to keep up. So I should know. You can tell I'm a bit rusty with this format because I haven't done... I think the last time I did a race in JACKOCAR was Baku, and that how that didn't go well. It's risky. There we go. It's risky. I missed another driver today because I was trying to get someone in the party. So Risky goes out on top with a 1:14.4. Next will be Mike Kelterborn, who with his lovely purple cars. He usually does his lovely ART colours. Of course, they're in teams this season. Purple sector 2 for Mr. Mike Kelterborn so far, but knowing the game, purple sector 2 is an absolute nightmare. Right. I will send Jacko a party invite in just a second. As Mike Kelterborn goes up to the line, what's going to be for him? It's going to be a 1:15.0 for Mike Kelterborn. Nicely done for him. Gareth Hall, the fastest driver of Team Speed, has retired, so we're not going to go on board with him. Then it's our Joker, one of our two Jokers this evening, who's about to start his lap on the medium. So whilst he is just about to start his lap, I will set up. Hold on, it would help if I had my thing plugged in as well. So I will do that at some point. I'll need to find leads, but it's literally impossible to find leads right now. As it's looking quite a tidy lap for his Joker, of course. I think he won here in season 1, I believe, when he did his Joker. So I could understand why he wanted to do his Joker around this track. As he's had a bit of a moment. Oh, Pete, he's invalidated his run. You're not gonna get anywhere in life with an invalidated that, my friend. Nope, sunshine. Right. That just reminds me, I need to find a lead which I could connect with my mic on the PlayStation. But up next, after Pete, will be the next Joker of Kieran Spears. Where is he? And he's on inters, so I'm guessing he will start the bat. I do believe he's on a pad this evening, so that is of course why he admitted he's not gonna. He wants to start. He wants to have the less tyres available possible. Well, he wants to have more tyres available possible. There we go. For Kieran. I thought he would start on mediums, but there we go. He probably doesn't think he could qualify high enough. He probably wants to do like a last 2 challenge right now. I think he does. So he goes up to... Oh, he's had a bit of a slide. Well, that's what you get when you qualify on inters. Come on, Kieran. Get the car planted in the right place. There we go. Kieran goes up to the line. What's going to be for Kieran? Well, it's going to be a very slow lap. So up next, we've got to be quick on this one. It is Jamie Wright, who is looking quite good around this track. Just missed out on pole. I think it was in Brazil when I remember watching him as well. He hasn't got a win, though, in the Cup Series this season, but he's looking to get one. He is in the Club Card Shootout Jewelry. They had 3 rounds, of course, and he could top his rival tonight if he could do so. So that is Jamie Wright done and dusted. Ben Shaw up next. I'm getting better with this. Right. So Ben Shaw 52.552. Purple sector 2 for him. This is the traditional livery that you I like his livery this week. It looks really cool. To be fair, the F1 2020 liveries look a lot better than F1 24. And his helmet looks really nice as well. Up to the line. Is it going to be pole? Yes, it is. It's quite close, actually, between him and J-Lu. So I expect to see quite a bit of a fight going on between these two. Then it's the man who's had a very good season so far. Picked up 1 win in Silverstone. Mr. Yuri Hasalaga. He probably was not expecting to go out this late into qualifying at this stage of the season, but he is, so he's doing a decent job with his lap, and obviously it's hard to tell if he's purple sector 1 or 2 or not, because the game doesn't like that. It's just hard to tell if a lap's good or not, because we haven't done a race around Hungary on this game in such a long time. And don't forget, next week, Thursday, we go to USA Short, which should be fun. Hopefully, Jack will be back. His PSN issues will be fixed, and Owen should be back by then as well. So, fingers crossed, those two will be in for a cracking one. But I think we'll be in for a cracking race as well. Yuri up to the line. It's going to be a 1:14.733 for Mr. Yuri, which puts him into P5. Arnaud de Grief up next, who did absolutely fantastic in around Belgium, secured himself into the playoffs with his Belgium-type livery. Well, he has the luck here today. Can he climb up in the regular season? We'll have to find out. 1:14.4 for Arnaud de Grief. So then we got our final 3 drivers. Next, Mr. O'Sullivan looking to add another win to his record breaking total at the moment, which I have to say, I am seeing him looking so committed with his lap so far, so I think it's going to be a good one. I thought I saw him go wide there, but he didn't go wide, so that's good. He went on the grass, so that might have cost him a bit of temps going into that sector. That is not good at all. We do have Johannes on our lap as well. So he is going to be trying to chase him down as well. All three of them been looking so good in the regular season so far. It's been about almost 2 months and we've gone through a lot of races in between. So Jake O'Sullivan looking to bring out more records, and he goes up to the line with a 1:13.648 for Mr. O'Sullivan. Johannes up next, who has got 2 wins this season. One would really want to get another one. I know as a driver very fondly, and he is a driver that loves this track. So I'm expecting big things for this man. Another German. We have a lot of Germans in JACKOCAR. Up to the line he goes. And it's going to be a 1:14.185 for Johannes. So not quite up there in top pole position. So at the moment, Mr. O'Sullivan is looking like the favourite. And last, but certainly no means least, we've got Mr. Corey Dalton. And he's got the same livery that he's run last time. Looks really nice. Nice livery template for Corey. I think he could be favourite for pole. He hasn't made that much mistakes yet on his lap time. So I think it's going to be very tidy for the Englishman. Purple sector 2. This is good. 52. I think it was 52.4 I think I saw on my screen. So I think this could challenge Mr. O'Sullivan for pole. Up to the line goes Corey. What's it going to be? P2. So Jake O'Sullivan is on pole for the Hungary round in JACKOCAR. Brilliant stuff. That if Jacko was in the party, he would have told me how many poles he had or something like that. But yeah, great, quite close qualifying between especially our top 5. Then we got Risky, Arnold, Leroy, Yuri, quite close. Tony with a competitive lap on mediums. Quite a few invalidations. 2 of our jokers will be starting at the back of the grid. So that's going to be interesting, to say the least. Now, let me get my mic lead, and I will be back in a minute. And usually with Hungary, it usually tends to bring a spot of rain. This allowed me to get a bit of a break as well with my voice. So, on pole position today, we've got Jake with Corey, with Ben Shaw, we've got Jamie Wright, Johannes, Sullivan Lotus, Arnold, Leroy, Yuri, Tony, Casper, Mike Helsborn, Robin Border, Kieran Spears, Florian, Ben Harrett, Pete Knighton, Barry Baldwin, and Gareth Hall. They'll be starting towards the very rear of the grid, which with a track like Hungary, it's quite hard to overtake. Now I need to change the mic audio so it comes from the HDMI. Lovely stuff. And then I can invite Jacko to the party. He might not join, but at least I said I told you so. So there we go. So that's all sorted. So if you complain saying, oh, he's not joining, yeah, he will join when he can. So we'll just choose the setups. All the drivers are going to get away very, very quickly. Of course, we have the formation lap. So that will be interesting to say the least. A big reminder of the stages. They can't pit for their second stop until the end of lap 25 because the stages are lap 9 and 24. So basically, if you also don't know what the club card shootout duel is going to be taking place about 3 rounds, and it's going to be Kieran Spears versus Jamie Wright. They weren't here actually in the last round, so they both got a bye to the final round, and the driver with the most points at the end of those 3 rounds, they win the club card shootout plus 6 points that will get added to their playoffs total, which can make or break them. And I believe those two are already, well, in the playoffs, if not points bound for the playoffs. So, tyre strategy. So, of course, it's the top 10 have to start wherever they qualified on, which is the soft compounded tyre, apart from Tony, who opted on the mediums. Everyone else is on mediums outside the top 10 except Robin Border and Gareth Hall. So those are the only two drivers outside the top 10 on the different tyre. I can understand why they want to go on the soft, because they want to climb as many positions as they can. And they're probably praying for an early safety car. Safety cars breed safety cars, remember. 35 laps await our drivers. We have 14 corners, 6 to the left and 8 to the right. Let us know where you're watching in chat. We have a certain F1 event going on tonight, but you would rather watch this, won't you? Yeah, you would rather watch this than F1 75. As we can see them warming up the tyres. Now I've got everything sorted out in terms of technology. We should be all right now. So, first Hungarian Grand Prix was held in 1986, making it the first Formula One race behind the Iron Curtain. And the most recent changes to the Hungaroring was back in 2003. And the most successful driver was Lewis Hamilton. Honestly, I can't wait to see the pictures of Lewis Hamilton in his Ferrari, so I'm sure quite a few other people are as well. I'm going to get the chat up on my other screen, just in case you guys want to talk to me. But yeah, jobs are good in there. I get to do those famous little words this week. I'm not going to do my own because that's not JACKOCAR / NASCAR fashion. But there we go anyway. The famous little words, 5 red lights, and the camera angle is very, very awful. There we go. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing. And Corey get a very good start off the line. And already the timing tower is having a little bit of a mess. Side by side goes Jake O'Sullivan with Corey into turn 1. Corey keeps to the outside line. You can also see quite a few other drivers gaining positions in the background as they all made it through clearly through turn 1. I thought it was going to be a bit of a chaotic. I think we can see Sullivan Lewis trying to make some moves as well. J-Luke, I think, starting to make some ground as well in 3rd place. And we're not on lap 2, we're on lap 1. So this is the first time where it's only on lap 1. So Jake's left the session. That is not good. So he'll be under AI and he's already dropping off quite a bit, as we can see Ben Shaw down the inside. Yellow flag, Leroy. Leroy's had enough for the double chicane. I had a feeling there was going to be one person off at the double chicane. Luckily, Jake has just joined, which is great. So, Corey, according to my screen, is falling a 3.4 second gap, but he's not, because J-Luke is about a tenth, like 5 or 6 tenths behind him. So hopefully it will change a little bit. We're still seeing some side-by-side action happening here. We've got Risky trying to get past Jake's AI. When Jake joins, we've got Johannes in there as well. Bit of wheel banging between the two of them as well. Hopefully we actually get a non-boring race here tonight. We should do right now. And we can see Arnold trying to go for the switchback into turn 1. Couldn't quite work, but Arnold does make it through past one driver at least. There's another yellow flag. That's Florian, I think, that's round. Oh no, it's not Florian. It's I don't know. Was it Florian? I don't know. Someone had a yellow flag anyway. Arnold's making up ground here. Oh, bit of contact between the two. Sent Yuri round, and Arnold's hit the wall. So Arnold has hit the wall. I can't remember what turn, to be honest, but yeah, that is not good at all for Arnold. I did say he was going to do well. That was my pick, but unfortunately, that was just not going to work out for him, my friend. Not going to work out for him at all. So, I'll get positions gained in just a moment. Jake is suddenly getting back to the rim again, trying to go down the inside of Risky in towards penultimate few corners. Couldn't quite make it work on this occasion. Nice fight between Kieran Bazza and Mike Helterborn. Kieran trying to get past Bazza, but we know Bazza, he is not... he is a tough cookie. He can defend just because he is a slow driver compared to quite a lot of people. He wants to put up a fight, and he's a good defender. We've seen that in F1 2020. We've seen him, and able to defend for his life, and he's doing a decent job in his championship so far, trying to defend from those drivers. Kieran, I think the time has sorted itself out. So Kieran is ahead of now Ben Harrett and Bazza. Arnold does come into the pits early, but that does mean he does have to make a mandatory stop at the end of lap 3. So that is not ideal for him at all. So JD within 0.8 of a second between that as well. We got Casper, who's making some good ground on Mr. Yuri Haselaga, heading towards... right, I need to get the track map up because that will help me. I think it was turn 8 and 9 that they went through. Now heading towards turn 11. Here comes Casper. To the right-hand side he goes, but Yuri's going to put up a fight. He's going to go around the outside. This is brilliant stuff. He can make it work and defend Yuri. And we got Robin as well. Wants to join the fight. Could be free riding. We got some pit stops. J-Luke is in. So is Yuri. They want to get their first stops out the way now. Don't forget it is a 2-stop strategy. So Corey now leads from Ben Shaw by quite some margin now. But Ben Shaw has been chased by Johannes. Tony does get past Risky, or does he? There's Mr. O'Sullivan as well through turn 2 and 3. And I think Tony's going to have the edge, or maybe not. This is nail-biting stuff. Tony just has the edge on mediums. So I wonder if the softs are starting to die a little bit for Risky. But I don't know how long the softs do last around it. But I know from experience it doesn't last that long compared to other tracks, but longer than F124. Yes. And don't forget, they do have the fuel mixtures to bear in mind as well. So I wonder if some people are burning a bit more fuel at this early stage of the race and then save it when we get to the quieter moments of the race. That's probably what they're going to be doing. Here comes Tony to the inside. Nicely done. And he's up into 4th place. He's now going to chase down Johannes, Ben Shaw and Corey Dalton for the lead. Yellow flag. That's Yuri out the race. He's out. So are we going to get a safety car? VSC. Okay, we're getting a VSC. So will we see people? That is good timing for Corey and Risky. If I were you, get your first stops out of the way if you're on softs. Kieran, all right, one of our jokers, Kieran, wants to get his stop done early. Pete as well. So those two have got their stops done early to surely... It can work a one-stop around here, getting those hards. Because I have done it. I have done it on this game. Or is it F1 2021 I did it? Where I started on, I think it was mediums. Then I went on hards really early on. Oh, Risky. Drive-through penalty for speeding under VSC. Hopefully it's not a game glitch. But if it is a game glitch, then... Oh, typical Cody's, eh? Typical Cody's. So more pit stops then. So, because it's a VSC... That does mean that those stops do count. So J-Luke, Risky, MK Bourne, Leroy, Kieran, Ben Harrett, Pete Knighton, and Gareth have done their mandatory stop. Of course, Arnold still has to make another one, or did he do an? Oh no, he didn't. I think he did one, but I think he did another one before that, so he's all good. So Ben Shaw comes in. I think Johannes will follow him through. No, Johannes stays out. And I think Tony's going to stay out too, because of course he's on the medium tyres. Casper doing a decent job so far, but he's got to try and chase down Jake. Robin, I have to say, an underdog performance, but he's doing quite a good job on soft. He's going to hope that there could be a safety car to get him back into this, or maybe not want a late safety car. So where's Ben Shaw going to come out in relation to the ones who just pitted? So... Ben Shaw comes out ahead of J-Luke. Okay. So Ben Shaw comes out ahead of J-Luke then. So there we go. Colin, let me know if the sound is all right. That'll be lovely. So pretty much everyone from Ben downwards has done their first mandatory stop, as Pete does make a move on Ben Harrett. Don't forget, Pete is on the Joker, so he doesn't have to stop again if he doesn't want to. As Ben Harrett is not giving this one up. No, Pete's not giving this one up, though. Bit of a wheel banging between the two, but that racing is allowed in JACKOCAR. So it is allowed. You can do it. As Johannes comes in. Can't remember around it if the undercut is the most powerful out here or not. Pit window is open, lap 7 to 10. But that's the game being the game. So he's going in anyway. He's going in a lap earlier. So, medium tyres for Johannes. Robin comes in as well. I expect medium for him as well. So, and nice to see Paula in the chat as well. You're not getting ghosted. Don't worry. I do read chat. I do read chat. So if I do see people in the chat, it's all good. Meanwhile, talking of battles, J-Luke battling with Johannes. Johannes wants to get the move done on J-Luke here. He does it, and what a move! What a move from Johannes there, up to 8th place. Net P2 are the ones who still have to stop again, so that's quite crucial for him. Mr. Hasselager, he's not doing too bad stop-wise, even though he had a little bit of a mare earlier on. So the VSC has definitely helped him a little bit to try and regain the positions that he wants to again. So that is very, very impressive for Leroy. And I wonder, obviously, Tony's going to last for a little bit longer. I think probably about lap 10, lap 11. Don't forget there is later stages. So at the moment, of course, Jake is coming in. Of course, he wants to be as cautious as he can. So he is coming into the pits very cautiously. He doesn't want to get a penalty, even though it's 5 seconds. So there we go. So he comes in. So that's 3 drivers who have not yet pitted. Corey Dalton, between him and Ben Shaw, he's got a massive gap, but how much longer? Ben to the inside. He's got Funky, who hasn't stopped. He has got a penalty as well. And Risky's come in as well again. So Risky must have got a bit of damage that we did not see in the broadcast. I'm so used to having a keyboard where I could just select a driver. I can't do that on PlayStation. As Casper is out of the race. Casper is out of the race. So we've got another VSC now. Why was that not a safety car? When we need safety cars, we don't get them. So that is good news for Tony. He can come in now and not lose that much time. So where did Casper lose it? I would like to know. So Tony is in. Of course, everyone else has done their mandatory stops. Bazza, this is good for Bazza and Funky as well. But a lot of them are just like stuck in this little battle. Oh, Robin. Robin, no. Robin was having such a good race. And he's got a drive through for speeding under VSC. Robin, what have you done? He's now going to be right at the back now. I swear, it's every week. I know Jacko and Owen did exactly the same. Every time something good has been talked about Robin or Dustin, then things happen. Meanwhile, J-Luke does get past Funky, and Ben Shaw and Tony having a little bit of a ding-dong battle. Tony does go ahead of Ben Shaw. I know Tony has won in JACKOCAR before, but I'll need to remember how many wins he's had. As Kieran does get past Mike Kelterborn. Oh, for how much longer again? Mike Kelterborn breezes past Kieran. Oh, contact. End plate damage for Kieran, I think. Oh, this Joker's not going very well. It's like the jinx, isn't it? How many jinx have I done so far today? Probably 2, 3 or 4. I don't know. Jacko probably wouldn't want me in this box again. More penalties for some drivers as well. I believe Robin will go. He has served his drive-through, so that's all good. Interestingly, the Bazza's staying out. So he's probably going long on the medium. Might be doing 2 soft stints. You never know. Probably doing medium, soft, or medium, soft. Tony does want to get past Bazza, though. They have fought each other before on track. Tony does get past. Now Ben Shaw's going to try and get past as well. Speaking of the club card shootout, J-Luke is miles ahead at the moment. He is in 6th, whereas Kieran is in 12th. But it's all down to points. So even if, like, say, J-Luke finishes 6th and Kieran finishes, like... Right, Kieran's pitted again. So that is his Joker gone. That is Kieran's Joker gone for him, unfortunately. So he won't get the additional 10 playoff points, which could be useful. But he's going to hope he does it in the Club Car Shootout. All he hopes for Kieran is to have a safety car. I'm going to get the telemetry up. There we go. That should help see what everyone's ERS is using. I'm seeing J-Luke is saving quite a bit of ERS on the straight. And he's used quite a bit just to close up to Ben Shaw. Now, J-Luke's not doing too bad on the hards, keeping up with the leaders. So it might strongly suggest to me that the hard tyres are the best tyre to be on, potentially around this track. So J-Luke is definitely picking up the pace here. Baz is in, so I believe it's just Funky that will, Florian that will be in the pit lane soon. So what tyre does Bazza go on to, I wonder, if the game decides to tell me, please. Oh, I think he's got a... oh, is it a drive? Oh, he got a drive-through as well. Oh, no. So I did not see. Did Bazza get a drive-through? Oh. Bazza. So 2 drivers getting a drive-through here. Arnow comes in for his first mandatory stop after 7 lap on softs. Goes on to mediums. Bazza does get past MK Braun on 10 lap old. Oh, there we go. Oh, it was MK Braun once right, but Risky takes advantage. Risky's up to 10th place. Oh, no. Oh, chicane clipped curb inside into the wall. Seen that many times. I've done it when I've practiced for Hungary before. It is easy done, especially with simulation damage. So that's another retirement for Casper. But he's a reserve driver. Don't forget, though, for reserve drivers, if they do score enough points by the end of the regular season, they can still be eligible for the chase. So I think that's what Tony's looking for right now as Jake O'Sullivan gets past Funky. In towards turn 1 he goes, with plenty of ERS as well, and he's up into 6th place. So, but Florian has got a bit of a gap behind, so I think that's going to be, much better for him right now. So that 12 of 35, then your order so far, because most people are pitted. So Corey Dalton leads by 2.1 seconds. Then it is Tony, then Risky. Risky gets the move in the DRS on Bazza. So that's him done there. Nicely done on those hards. He could be a dark horse, Risky. Right now as well. He's another driver that does tend to do well around this track. Arnow does get past Kieran. Or maybe not, as Kieran is just nice watching battles to the back. They should be really fighting for the front few positions, but they're not. It shows how bad of a race they're having, unfortunately. I do believe, if I'm not too mistaken, Kieran can message me after this. Kieran, I think he's on a pad. Or is he on the wheel? I don't know, because he's not at uni at the moment. Oh, no, that's our Joker driver out. Pete's out of the race. He's clipped it. And, let's go on board with him. Oh, he's binned it in the S's. And we got a safety car. Right, our first safety car then. So, for everyone except, for Bazza, that will be a safety car stop. So I need to note that down, actually, on my sticky note. So, Bazza is doing a safety car stop on that. I think Funky will do that as well, but he passed the pit lane. So those two have done the safety car stops. Even though everyone else that would have pitted, if they put on the safety car, if they've done a green flag stop already, so they can do another. If there's another safety car, they can do another stop if they want to under safety car. After the second stage. So those are the rules, of course. So luckily, there's only 2 drivers to note down, or people potentially doing safety car stops. Hopefully Funky doesn't do the same mistake as I did in COTA one season, where I stayed out thinking there was going to be another safety car. Turned out there was no more, and I completely regretted myself. So, there we go. Right. Yeah, that's one of the Joker drivers gone. Kieran is probably glad we're getting another safety car, to be honest. As Florian comes in, that is his safety car stop done. So that should settle the order a little bit. I'll get the positions up as well. So we'll see where Florian goes out. I think this will be a very good pit stop for Florian. So he wanted that safety car. But if we get a safety car towards the end, he'll be screwed. But if not, this will be good. Because he stayed out long. He was hoping that the tyres would get at a decent operating window. And look at that. He's in 8th place right now. And quite a few overtakes on the safety car. I think that was coming out of the pit lane. I might be wrong. Yeah, it was coming out of the pit lane. So, yes. It gives me a good chance, actually, to go through the standings for JACKOCAR since we had our break. So, here we go. So, Corey Dalton leading on 126 points. Jake O'Sullivan second on 102. Then Johannes third on 105. Arnaud de Grief in fourth on 85. Yuri Hasselager fifth on 78. They've all advanced to the playoffs, so they don't need to worry. Then Ben Shaw is on 76 points. Then it's Jamie Wright on 62. Kieran Spears on 59. Pete Knighton, let me go on board with the leader. It will up. Pete Knighton on 53. Well, he's going to stay on 53. He's right on the bubble, so that's not going to be good with him retiring. Mike Heldspawn in 10th on 52. And just outside that bubble, Gareth Hall. But I wonder if he's still doing Project Chase. Project Chase did not work last season, did it? But I think I'm not sure. But we'll see on that one. Then Solomon Lewis on 47. Mr. Baldwin in 13th on 30. He could still make it to the playoffs. But he's going to need, I think, 20 points within the next 3 races. But anything can happen. Ben Harrett on 28 points. Then we got Okeke, who's not here, on 17. Leroy on 17. Robin on 16. Florian on 15. Dustin on 14. And Matt Lester on 11. Obviously, Dustin and Matt Lester cannot make it tonight. So there we go then. That is your order for the championship. Of course, playoff points. We have got quite a lot of playoff points. Jake O'Sullivan's got quite a few. Corey, 32. Arnaud de Grief, 9, because he did well in Belgium. Yuri on 11, because, of course, he won his Joker. Quite a few Joker wins. Actually, I think Yuri was the only one. But Yuri nailed that Joker to perfection, really, in Silverstone. Will we see another Joker win, though? I really do hope so. At some point. Still got a long way to go this season. As a safety car, I think it's going to be in for another lap as we're waiting for Ben Harrett. Not the race he would want to have, unfortunately. Ben Harrett is... I feel like, of course, since he only joined, I think, in F1 21, it's taking a while for him to get used to this game. But there has been some signs of brilliant in some races. But he's going to hope he could have that breakthrough. Hopefully that safety car would have helped him a bit. Oh, more change of orders again. Did Robin go off or something? Wait, yeah, Arnold has been told to let him through. Okay, so I think it was an accidental overtake there. It was an accidental overtake. Predictions. Who do you think is going to do well on this restart? Let us know. Make sure you do give the JACKOCAR YouTube channel subscribe, hit that notification bell. And if anyone who is watching from the Dua Lipa fan club, welcome. I need to actually check how many views does that video have. 57k, there we go. 57k. So if anyone that is like, and how many subs are we on at the moment in JACKOCAR? 384. Right, come on. We need to get 400 by the end of the regular season. I'm going to set a challenge for you all. And if you do that, I don't know. If I do end up racing at the back end of this season, I'll probably run a stupid livery. No, I won't. No, I won't. I was joking. If I run a stupid livery, they'll kill me. Right then, safety cars should be in this lap. I think we're just waiting for Ben Harriet to catch up the pack. I think, or will it be in for one more lap? Yes, safety car is in this lap then. So, Johannes, the Burt Mylander. Of course, the only person that doesn't need to stop again is Kieran. Everyone else will need to stop one more time once we get to the end of lap 26. Oh, Robin! His day has gone from bad to worse. He hit Arnold. So I wonder if Arnold's got a bit of damage there. But we'll keep an eye on this restart. And don't forget, they do have a restart zone to nail. They can't go too early. We saw what happened with Arnold many seasons ago, and it just did not go well. So, he's gonna think about going now. He's going now, and we got 3 drivers going side by side in the restart. We've got Corey, J-Luke, and Ben Shaw in towards turn number 1, and everyone else was caught napping, and Johannes and Tony running away with it right now. Same with Corey Dalton. Corey trying to go to the inside of Tony. Can he make it work? It's going to be close if he does it. It's a very tight corner to get an overtake. Knowing him, he'll be brave and do the move up the hill. Up the hill they go, in towards turn 4. Johannes pulling up a gap right now, and they're going to hope everyone else keeps battling. I know Robin will potentially go into the pits. Robin has had a bit of a moment in the background. More penalties are being made from some drivers. This come back to bite them towards the end of the race. There's a bit of bumps. Bit of bumps at the curbs hit by quite a lot of drivers right now. As we got Funky, who was going to go for a move on Florian, but couldn't quite do it. So there we go, as we got Mr. Mike Kelterborn being chased down by that. So your top 7 are going to be in the DRS train. Don't forget, DRS won't be activated until the end. Well, to the start of lap 19, because we're not on lap... We're not on F1... what do you call it? We're not on F1 24 when it gets enabled on lap 2. So there we go. So, J-Luke to the outside this time. Can J-Luke make amends and get 3rd place and chase for the win? He does! J-Luke's in 3rd place, but Jake versus Ben Shaw. Jake now up to 5th place. So we're seeing more movers and shakers being made after this safety car restart. Arnold, after the contact he had with Robin, he wants to make some move. Ben Harriet versus Bazza. And Ben Harriet is already up to 11th after starting the safety car restart from dead last. We got pit stops after people having horrific restarts. Leroy, Kieran and Robin. So those 3 not having the restarts that they would have wanted. Gareth Hall up to 12th place. Arnold down the inside in towards, I think it was turn 9. And Arnold is through into 8th place. Positions gained thus far, well, you can see here. So Tony up 8. Florian and Ben Harriet up 5. Baz up 5 as well. Gareth Hall up 7. So Tony and Gareth, the biggest movers in this race so far, because everyone has done at least 1 stop. I think Tony could be DRSing each other on Johannes. Tony is looking like, in my opinion at least, Tony is looking like he is going to be the favourite for this race win today. Unless someone else could stop him, Johannes could be on for his 3rd win in JACKOCAR on his amazing rookie season. We have 4 drivers that could be in for the regular season title. That's Corey Dalton, Jacob Sullivan, Johannes, and Yuri Haselager. So those 4 are fighting for crucial points. And so far, Johannes is looking like to gain the most, but he's about 20 or so points behind Corey in the championship. Yellow flag. Who's that? That is... Oh, that's Mike Kelterborn has had enough. So's Funky. And, yeah, there was a big pile-up in the background there that I didn't see. I think that was a bit of damage being made there. It's hard to see with the map being so small with the dot. I'm glad they made it bigger in previous... not previous. Later F1 games. So, unfortunately... Mike Kelterborn, which is what it was looking like to be a great race for him. Unfortunately, it's not paid off so far. I'm liking this battle, by the way, between the top three. They're all just finding their rhythm a little bit. I think this... hopefully no one will be in their own separate battles, but it seems to me we've got a 7 or 8 car scrap for the win. Risky with a penalty. Rageman with a penalty. I think it's going to come down to who's got the least penalties to get the win. And usually if I had a COCOM, I would ask them, oh, could you check warnings? But I don't. Unless Jacko's watching and he can check how many warnings the top 4 have got. That would be lovely. But if not, I'll check myself once we get to a quiet moment in the race, which I hope never happens. Jake, to me, seems to be using a bit more ERS to catch up to J-Luke. J-Luke's managing his ERS, I think, a lot better. Corey's on a similar ERS to Jake. Yeah, they're all pretty much on the same ERS. So's Risky. Arnold's probably got the best of them all. Watch out for Arnold, by the way. And Corey somehow is not catching up with this train, and he's out of DRS now. So Corey, who was looking like favourite to win this race earlier on, is unfortunately going to be left vulnerable with people with DRS. And Risky's in there as well. Arnold to the inside. Risky with the cutback. Surely Risky's going to defend for his life here. Nope, he's not. Arnold gets through and up to 7th place. And that's really going to help Arnold to gain as much point as he can in the regular season. Of course, he's already through to the playoffs. But of course, the more points you get, you want to try and get as many player points as you can. As we do have quite a few people getting close to the curb, exceeding track limits a little bit. I would see this part of the track, I would see is probably them exceeding a bit of track limits, to be fair. 6/10 is the gap now between Johannes and Tony. With 6/10 further back, J-Luke and Jake O'Sullivan in 4th position. Now, Kieran's going to have his work cut out in USA Short, because if it sounds like it is, J-Luke's going to come into USA Short leading the Club Card Shootout duel by a lot of points. Yes, a lot of points. Tony does have the DRS, and I don't think he's going to get the move, but here's Arnold on Ben Shaw, and Corey's going to get them both as well. Here he comes. Round the outside goes Corey, in towards turn 3 maybe. Arnold covers him off with a switchback. Corey tries again, but with no luck. Arnold using a bit of his overtake as well. Corey could go for a lunge potentially in towards the uphill bend. He does not. So Arnold up into 5th place, and I thought Arnold was going to have a bad race after his troubles, but it seems to me that safety car has helped Arnold de Grief get back to where he is. He's just going to hope there's no more safety cars now. But to be fair, though, he did make a green flag stop, so he could hope for a safety car. So we've got a few more laps before we head to the end of the 2nd stage. I can't remember who got the first one, to be fair. I will need to check back the stream, which I will do. So it was lap 9, and I know there was no safety car lap 9. So, and I'm cautious that there will be some battles on track. So I do believe it was Corey Dalton that got the first stage. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. Corey, though, is in danger of losing position here from Ben Shaw. Yellow flag, safety car. Robin's out the race. So where is that? That is on turn... Does that same... That's where everyone keeps losing it. Now, if your name's Barry Baldwin or Florian, You're probably thinking, oh no, safety car. But if you're thinking everybody else, it could be. But I'm just trying to think. So safety car will come in, probably end up lap 25. So yeah, if I were Basil or Florian, you would have to pit again after the green flag. That is so annoying for those two. So the gamble that I said would pay off would not. Funky's done, I think, a better job. I think a better decision to go on the softs because I think he's going to lose nothing. Try and go for fastest lap as well. So I think we're going to be in for a grandstand finish. We could. This has been a good race so far, to be fair. Around Hungary of all places, when it's just such a hard track to overtake. And also an absolute nightmare for tyre wear. So, as expected, most people will stay out. I'm surprised Ben Shaw has stayed out. I wonder if he's on a Joker as well and Jacko didn't put it on the tweet. I don't know. So he's on 17 lap on mediums. Or is he helping his teammates? Is he helping Risky? Now, I'm trying to look at the team standings and I can't tell who's in, like, what team. So yeah, Risky and Ben are on the same team, yes. So I wonder if they're just going to be working together here as we've got Mike Helborn and Bazet on the hard tyres. Right, here we go then. This is going to get spicy. And I could give you a quick rundown of the team standings as well, whilst we've got a minute. 300 points to Team Knighton. O'Sullivan on 277. Catboys on 236. Portimong on 204. And United Nations with Jamie Wright's team on 152. So those are your team points going into this race. And it's hard to tell who's in what team, really. So Corey Dalton in Knighton's team, he's in P6. As well as Yuri, who's down, who's retired. So so Corey's the only one that's going to be scoring for for the P1 team in the standings. Of course, we've got Nomo KK this week. We've got Arnold and Jake that are going to potentially score well. I think we could see the O'Sullivan team really start to close up in the championship tonight and could potentially take the championship lead in the teams going into the next round of USA Short. So, yes. Teams does play a factor there as well. And I'm just trying to see. I think we got most people in Jamie Wright's team in there as well. Quite a few others as well. We've got a few more pitters. Kieran is in. Of course, Kieran can pit when he wants because he's on his Joker. So this could work well for him because everyone else has to stop. Now, Kieran's going to hope the safety car comes in now. Because if the safety car comes in... What, Kieran? Why are you on 10 lap? Oh, did Kieran get a drive-through? I don't know. How many stops has he made? Oh, no, I don't want interval. Stops. 5 stops for Kieran Spears. Ben Harriet's made 4. So, but yeah. I don't know why he's gone on to 10 lap or hards. I think he's ran out of tyres, I'm guessing. Now, the ones who are on older tyres, such as Johannes and Ben Shaw, I think they're going to hope that J. Luke and, Jamie Wright and Jake O'Sullivan do not have a sniff. Tony, I think, could be under pressure as well. But we do know Tony was very quick on this game and could pull off a defensive masterclass here. Safety car's in this lap. Right then. So that is probably a relief if you're Florian or Bazza. Because you can't pit at the end of this safety car restart. So for Bazza and Florian, their race is back on. Their race is back on for those two. So that makes them, going on to the soft tyres, a little bit of a relief, I think. Right then, so here we go then. Johannes going to be leading the field once again. Could he get the strategy right and move on to get his 3rd win this season? We'll have to wait and see. Second gear he goes, keeping up to a decent speed, of course. You're not allowed to go below a certain speed. Otherwise, you get a certain telling off from the stewards. Right, here we go then. For the third time tonight, we go racing. J-Luke on the newer rubber, side by side with Tony. Can Tony hold it up? It's going to be very close if he can do it. Jake O'Sullivan, I think, could just sit behind in this one. I don't know. But here we go. Banging wheels once more. Jake right in the middle of this as well. J-Luke up into second place. But I think Jake could sneak past Tony there if he wants to. Tony running a little bit wide. Jake, this could be his breakthrough moment. Jake up to third. So Tony's older 16-lap old tyre is definitely coming back to bite him. What about the newer rubber on Risky and Corey? Ben Shaw is doing a decent job on those tyres, but it's going to be a point where he's going to get out of this DRS train. I would expect to see everybody go into the pits this lap, unless you're Kieran Spears. So Kieran could still win this race at this position, even though he's got like loads of penalties. Top 5, no penalties so far. So everyone close to that DRS train, and don't forget, we've got that double stacking. No one knows who their teammate is unless they do like the flick of the wheel or the pan to let them know who they are. So are we going to see a load of people in? Jake stays out, J-Luke's in, Tony stays out, Arnold's in, Corey's in, and I thought there would have been quite a few of people that would be going in there, but we've got half people staying out, half people coming into the pits. You can come into the pits now and serve your second stop. Johannes, by the way, does take the second stage because we did get it on the safety car. So Jake leads, still yet to stop. So is Tony. Ben Shaw has Mike Kelborn still yet to stop as well. So at the moment, your net race leader is Kieran with a decent gap to J-Luke. So J-Luke's going to try and close in on Kieran here. It's going to be a tall order, but you never know. So out of the ones we pitted, J-Luke leads for Arnold. So I wonder if Johannes got a bit of double stacking going on there. I think he must have. Bazza with a 3-second time penalty. Again, let me get the penalties up, actually. Penalties. There we go. So if anyone's jeffing, there you go. Those are your penalties. 6 seconds for Ben Shaw and Risky, 9 seconds for Bazza, 6 seconds for Florian, 3 seconds for Kieran. Corey, 6 seconds. I forgot he had 6 seconds, actually. Leroy, 3 seconds. Ben Harriet, 6. There we go. There we go, people. Right, as we got more pitters with Jake. So Jake's going to try and do the undercut on Tony. And they're probably going to hope for the last safety car attempt. So unsurprisingly, Jake goes on to a set of the soft compounder tyres. Where does he come out in relation to J-Luke? I think we can see Florian and Bazza fighting out very soon. But I think we will. Yeah, we will. Florian does get past Bazza up into 6th. But let's watch Jake and J-Luke. Jake does get ahead of J-Luke. So there we go. Unless the tyres are not updating. It hardly ever updates, to be fair. But of course, with quite a few people pitting, this is shaking up the order a little bit. That's not helped Johannes and Corey, though, especially with their penalties. Could we see J-Luke get his first win in a while? He's going to work. I think he's going to work with his rival, Mr. O'Sullivan, in order to do so, I think. Because otherwise it will go to Kieran Spears. But Kieran's on 3 seconds. So as long as he could stay within 3 seconds of Kieran, they could be golden and they could be on for a podium. So Kieran's got to make sure he does not get any more penalties. So Mike Elborn stays out. Interesting. I think Florian and Bazza are going to hope for some soft tyres. So there we go. They're going to hope for some soft tyres at the end, I think, to go for fastest lap. Because playoff points do count here. Kieran does try and get past Bazza, but to no avail, unfortunately. Jake's pulled a 2.2 second gap over J-Luke. Don't know why J-Luke went on the mediums. Oh my goodness me. Arnold with a double overtake almost, but couldn't quite make it work. It would have been a miracle if he did. J-Luke does get ahead, but that would have been a switchback of dreams from Arnold. My oh my, that caught me off guard there. Fair play to you three for keeping it on the road. Johannes is in this as well. They've got to work together, though, to close in on Jake O'Sullivan. The gap's coming down now between Jake and Kieran. About 7 seconds separating the pair. Funky with another 3-second time penalty. Not long to go until the end of this race. Let us know your predictions of this one. Who do you think is going to win this one? I'm seeing for J-Luke, he's got a bit more battery to use up. Arnold's got about the same. Yellow flag. That is Ben. Oh, Ben Harriet's had a bit of a spin in the walls. It's not been his season, hasn't it? And that's allowed Gareth to come in, Bazza to come in, Ben Shaw and Tony. They're leaving it a bit late. Stop the count. Risky's winning, leading this race, even though he's still yet to stop. So is he going to do something maybe to help Kieran, potentially? But they're not in the same team, are they? No, they're not. Okay. Maybe not then. But they are Team Speed. So I wonder if they're doing a Team Speed helping rather than their own team in JACKOCAR helping at the moment. So that could be interesting. Meanwhile, Johannes side by side with J-Luke. Oh! They made contact. J-Luke runs wide. That's not helped J-Luke at all. That's not helped either of them in their cause to close in. And I think that will allow Arnold to increase the gap a bit. Kieran does get past on Funky there. He has to get... Kieran has to make the moves here. I think, to be fair, Kieran has got to focus on second place. He's got to. He's got to focus on second place. So, your order at the moment. So, Kieran's a net race leader, and then it's Jake, Arnold, Johannes, Tony, J-Luke, Ben Shaw, Corey Dalton, as we've got Mike Kelborn in the pit. So, yeah, Mike Kelborn is in the pits. Oh, I know Paula is looking, is feeling very annoyed of what happened to Jamie there, as Mike Kelborn comes out of the pits. Corey Dalton gets past J-Luke then. So maybe the medium's not a good idea, but will the mediums come back in a few laps' time on a soft die? So maybe J-Luke could use this to his advantage, potentially. We'll have to wait and see in a few laps' time. Bazza has pitted, by the way, going on to soft. 13th, I think he'll take that, but he does have some penalties. Ben Shaw gets past Tony, but I believe Ben Shaw's on quite a bit of amount of penalties. Yes, he's on 6. So Tony would be ahead of him anyway. And this is looking good for Kieran at the clock card shootout because J-Luke is 10th. So there we go. As Risky is the last one to pit on soft tyres. So that means, and so is Funky. So that means Kieran is your race leader on